Hey guys, it's Justine here from I Should Read That, and today is just a super quick, super casual video. This is just an announcement for the Off the Grid Readathon, which is a quarterly readathon that I run with my friend Shanna from Bionic Bookworm, and it's basically just the most chill readathon in the world. And it's really helpful for the month of July in particular because there are so many other readathons going on. So if you want to make sure that you're definitely going to tackle that TBR for another readathon, or you're just looking to read down your current stack of books, or if you just want to make sure that you are reading more and setting, say, your phone aside, this is the perfect readathon for you. We have run this readathon together, I think this is the third time now, so a lot of you will probably be very familiar with it, and if you follow me on my blog or on Twitter, you may have already seen an announcement post for this go up, but I wanted to do a video really quickly because there are some new people here, and you might not have heard about this. So the Off the Grid Readathon runs from the 12th of July, which is this Friday coming up, and ends on the 14th of July, which is Sunday at midnight. So this is in your time zone. So it goes from midnight to midnight in your time zone. It's just this weekend, including Friday, and the only goal here is to set aside your phone, set aside your social media, and just read. Because I feel like so many of us are always complaining, myself included, that we spend so much time on Twitter, and we spend so much time on Instagram, and we spend so much time on YouTube trying to keep up with other people's stuff, and you just kind of get swept away, particularly in social media, and you just don't read, or don't read as much as you want to. And so the whole point of this readathon is to spend as much time off of your phone as possible, put it in another room, and just read for the weekend. And the nice thing about this is the fact that this is not like a intensive readathon. So for example, the very first one that we did, I was wedding dress shopping on the Saturday. So I obviously couldn't really participate on the Saturday, and that was fine because I could read some on Friday after work, and I spent a lot of Sunday reading. So you don't have to like block out your entire weekend to do this readathon at all. You just have to set aside some time, read when you would normally, say, be on your phone, be watching TV, whatever. So if you're interested in doing this readathon, if you want to follow along on social media, learn a little bit more, maybe have the rules written down for you in a way that you can actually like easily access rather than skipping through this video, I will link my blog post and Shanna's blog post that have all of the rules and everything written in them down below. And I will also link the Twitter account and the Instagram account if you're interested. You'll get lots of information from the social media for the readathon, and also tweet at us, use hashtags, whatever. It's really casual and it's really chill. And one of the fun things to do is go back on Twitter after it is over and see what everyone has managed to read. And because I am a total like social media junkie, what I tend to do is when I finish a book, I'll post about it on Twitter in a thread. I'm also going to go ahead and vlog this weekend, which should be really good as well. Because it's Tuesday today when I'm doing this, and this doesn't start until Friday, I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to be reading for this readathon. I don't really have a firm TBR set out because I'm currently reading a book that I will hope to finish if I haven't already finished it by then, and then I have to pick another book off of my July TBR. So this first one, if I've not finished it by the time the readathon comes around, I'm going to go ahead and use the opportunity to finish up The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang, which I am on page 385, so I am just over halfway through this. It's 650 something pages long, and I'm really loving it, but I'm really only getting the chance to read it on the bus because Scottish husband and I have rediscovered World of Warcraft, so at home I'm not reading much, especially in a physical format. I have him blasting through audiobooks, but this isn't out yet, so I don't have the audiobook, so this is definitely the priority for the readathon. And then in terms of the book that I'm going to read after that, if I finish that during the readathon, or what I'm going to start with if I have already finished The Dragon Republic by the time the weekend rolls around, I have three options. One of them is Jade War by Fonda Lee. This is the sequel to Jade City. I talk about this extensively in my July TBR, so I'm not really going to go over it now, but this is one I'm really looking forward to. I am thinking that perhaps two super grim fantasy books, although I think this is a little bit less grim than Dragon Republic, but still quite grim fantasy books in a row might be a bit much. So I think that what I might do is maybe not read this immediately after The Dragon Republic and read either The Girl Who Could Move Shit With Her Mind by Jackson Ford, which, by the way, it takes place in Los Angeles. Like, nobody told me that this takes place in Los Angeles. I'm from Los Angeles, and I didn't realize it until I cracked this open last night just to have a look. And there's a map that the characters have like scribbled all over, and my hometown, in case anyone is curious, is just south of the place that says everything is on fire here, which is very true. So as soon as I found out this book was set in LA, it jumped way up on my TBR, and it was high on my TBR anyway. So this is definitely an option, and I think this will be a really, really fun, kind of silly but really good sci-fi read. The other option that I have is actually also tied for first place with Best Title of 2019 with The Girl Who Could Move Shit With Her Mind, and this is The Lady's Guide to Celestial Mechanics, and this is by Olivia Waite. This is a historical romance novel. I think it has some shades of sci-fi to it as well, and it does feature a lesbian couple. And I've never read a full-on romance novel that features a gay or lesbian couple, now that I think of it. And I have been hearing wonderful things about this book. So I went ahead and I got it a couple days ago, I think, and it was just super cheap online, and it's not part of my TBR, but it sounds wonderful, and it sounds like a good palate cleanser for a lot of the sci-fi and fantasy that I've been reading, because I have gotten myself into a reading slump this year. I was in a really bad reading slump actually the last time we did the Off the Grid Readathon, and it was terrible. I totally failed. I didn't read a single thing. I played a lot of Skyrim, didn't read anything. So I'm going to try to mix things up a little bit and read some romance instead of just hopping straight back into sci-fi and fantasy. Possibly. It depends on my mood. The other book that's kind of an honorable mention is The Girl in Red by Christina Henry. I might read this, I might not. It was just another book that I pulled off of my nightstand TBR, which is where I keep my monthly TBR. And this is one that I probably should have read by now because it is a review copy from the publisher. This came out in late June, but I've just not gotten around to it yet. It's a dystopian book, and I really enjoy dystopian books, but I need to be in the right mood for them. So this very well could go on the pile, but it is an honorable mention at the moment. These other books are ones that I'm maybe a little bit more excited to read right now. So that is it for this video. I hope you have the chance to join the Off the Grid Readathon. It's just good fun. There's no pressure. There's no pressure to participate for the entire time, for a full day, even half a day. As long as you set your phone aside and you get some reading done, preferably maybe a little bit more than you would have otherwise, you have achieved what we set out to do, and that's really, really awesome. You can also combine this with one of the multitude of other readathons that's going on this month, because there is no TBR, no pressure, no nothing. So what you can do is use this readathon to tackle the TBR from another readathon, because there's a million going on right now. So in the comments below, we would love to know if you have participated in the past and are looking forward to doing so again. If you are interested in participating for your first time this time around, if you happen to have missed it in the past, if you are planning on reading anything in particular, we would love to hear from you. I post bookish content to this channel fairly frequently, so go ahead and hit subscribe, check back soon, and I will see you next time.